How old were you when you made your first millions?
About 34.
How old are you now?
52.
You're 52? What was the worst financial decision that you made throughout your career?
Marriage.
If you are in your 20s or 30s and you haven't made significant income yet, this message is for you. If you delete this app, you only listen to these 6 things, you will be incredibly wealthy. Number 1, don't get married. My first divorce cost me $7 million. If you rent a weekly girlfriend, it will be significantly cheaper.
When are you gonna post a cute post that's Father's Day for me?
You're not my dad.
What's going on, guys? It's Progress, and man, I just came on, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, listen, man, when it comes to these marriages and these relationships, right? Listen, the divorce rate is 43%, right? We're just gonna jump that straight out of the gate, right? Now, how many people are staying for the kids, right? And then how many people are staying because they don't want to go through the courts, right? So these people are called conservative people, right? If you don't know what that is, it's basically people who conserve their beliefs, right? And they believe in, like, you know, God and whatnot, so they don't want to go through the court, because guess what? The court isn't God and whatnot, right? And whatever, right? So we'll just go by that. And there's a lot of them, right? So whatever you want to say, there is a lot of them. Now, when you put all those, you know, the percentages together, all these marriages, right? And then you start looking at as well the, you know, relations that these marriages be having. Why are 25% to 40% of marriages inactive when it comes to having activity in the bed, right? Why is it speculated that it's potentially 50 to 80% of these marriages, right? Relationships. If you look at today's society, right, it is self-explanatory that now there is a cheating culture, right? There is a cheating culture. If you actually look at hashtags now, there's a get back, you know, there's always these pranks that you're doing on your significant other and whatnot, you know, trying to humiliate them, etc., right? And at a point, guys, it's just obvious that these relationships are not what they seem, right? And I know a lot of guys would just believe the forefront, right? And be like, oh, well, in actuality, this person looks like they're doing well. But in reality, we all hide things, you know, when you're speaking to someone and whatnot, when you come out into the world, because it's so obvious, isn't it? Like, why would you want to show someone your true colors, right? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't want to talk at work about your problems, right? It's the same way that you don't talk to other people about your relationship or your marriage problems, right? So there you go. So just don't believe what you see. Just because you see, I've seen couples holding hands all the time, guys, right? I've seen couples holding hands left, right, and center. But it doesn't mean that these guys are having a happy day, right? It just means they're holding hands. Listen, there's a lot that even goes on just behind doors in families, right? For example, I'll tell you guys this, right? My mum and my dad, when they got divorced, right, they didn't want to get the divorce, right, because it's so expensive. What did I say earlier? Conservative people, right? Now, are they actually conservative? I don't care, but what they do fall into that category of what they cannot get a divorce because it's expensive, it's contentious, you know, there's a lot that has to go into that. And, you know, people even query, because people know how to get married. It's very, very easy to get married, right? You can get a license and this and that, a wedding, bam. It's very easy, right? All you need is £20,000, which is the average wedding, by the way. Or you could just do it quickly, right? Get the license, get the certificate, and bam, like that. It's easy, right? So, at a point, guys, you look at these couples, relationships and whatnot, and they get mad, right? They get mad. I've seen it, bro. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys is get on the Patreon, right? There's exclusive content that's going to go on there. And remember to check the description. Donate if you wish. Any amount is appreciated to my Buy Me Coffee. Go straight to my Vimo, which will help the Patreon, right? And me uploading videos. And I just appreciate everyone. Please like the video and subscribe. But yeah, man, it comes to a point where, you know what I'm saying, please interact with the video as well. I'd appreciate it. But it comes to a point where, listen, the world is like showing its true colors. You can go on the internet now, right? You just search up relationships, right? They won't even be talking good anymore, right? Instagram. Now let me tell you some things, right? When you look at Instagram, for example, right? If you go on the Explorer page, it's just pictures that are fake, right? And it's all just these creators, right? Showing in their bikinis and whatnot, revealing stuff. Go on TikTok, it's just, you know, the same revealing stuff, right? And another thing is, right, there's modesty for men and there's also modesty for women, right? Modesty for men is that you shouldn't be showing your chest, right? And if you're a woman, you know, obviously you shouldn't be showing your parts, right? Your chest. And the reason why I say that, right, is because on both platforms there is, you know, men who are selling and there's also women who are selling. Yes. And this is the thing. mgtow is more, you have to, you know, the black pill and mgtow, right? I'll just say the black pill for now. The black pill, right, is actually understanding that they're both actually selling. So surprisingly, right? Now, listen, man, this is where it's gonna get a little bit more deep. So like the video, man. Like the video. So men are selling, right? In the fact that they will give and sell, right, a pitch to a woman, right? And these, you know what I'm saying, these 304s, by giving them all these words and etc, time, blah 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 blah, right? And these 304s will do it for, you know what I'm saying, the naan, if you know what I'm saying, the panani, right? And you start to understand that this modesty, right, is shown on the internet in no places, right? No places. You can't find it at all, right? It's shown nowhere. It's shown nowhere. And that's actually the funny thing, because that shows you the reality of the world is, listen, is that people now are becoming overly freaked out, right? They're becoming overly freaked out, overly aroused by all these different things, right? Everyone has this messed up mindset. For example, let me tell you a time where I was eating a banana, right? And there was this guy who was like, you better peel it off. And I'm like, what? You know, like how they have to take it off like one by one. I was already doing that anyways, right? But then this guy was like, oh, that's good. I'm like, listen, man. Some people, listen, your mind is overly freaked out. Now, I'll talk more about that on the Patreon, right? So get down there, right? But I just wanted to make that point, right? So it can relate to you, right? Potentially. And yeah, man, these relationships as well, it's come to a point where now everything is monetized, right? You can go get, you know, certain endings, happy endings at a massage parlor. You can go ahead and get someone on a website. Go down on the Patreon. I show you guys exactly what goes on these websites, right? And you'll see the real of how, you know what I'm saying, these 304s are selling, right? And yeah, if you want to hear the uncensored truth, it's down on the Patreon. So yeah, if you want to hear the real, you know what I'm saying, uncensored truth, you have to go on the Patreon. You're not going to be hearing the uncensored progress, you know what I'm saying, here on YouTube. It's going to be on the Patreon. So salute all to you guys on the Patreon, Truth Seeker and Rai. But I want new additions there. But at a point, guys, you look at the statistics, it points to this, it points to that, it tells you this, it tells you that. Now, people will be like, well, what happens with the remaining marriages, right, that are supposedly people who have not been divorced? Well, they're staying for the kids, right? Then they're staying because they don't want to go through the court. Then they also, you have to apply the relations, right? 25 to 40% of marriages, they have no activity in the bedroom, right? It's speculated it's 50 to 80%. How are they doing mentally, right? You never know. And that's the thing, that's why I say they're not good. They're all bad. Because at a point, guys, you start to realize there's going to be problems when you go with another person, right? It doesn't matter whether you're with family or whatnot. When you live with someone, there's going to be problems and all that and that. And that's why I tell you guys, just stay single, right? And you avoid all those problems, you know, arguing and all that shit. It's so silly and stupid, right? I understand if you're arguing with your parent, you know what I'm saying, because then again, you didn't sign up for that, right? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's a different thing when you get married and you get into a relationship and you're there. You know what I'm saying? They're always arguing, man. But the thing is, you never know what's really going on, right? But what you do know is that they're definitely arguing, bro, right? Because that's just how humans work. So it's better off just to stay single and enjoy your life, man. You'll have so much freedom and so much peace. And people, you know, shame you and say, I had a guy tell me one time, this guy said, are you, you know, on the flip side? Are you, you know, on the rainbow? And I was like, listen, man, like, that is, I didn't say anything to him, to be honest with you. I don't remember what I said. I think I just laughed. And then it just moved on, because you'll get shamed by this person, by that person, but the best thing you can do is just enjoy your life, man. And people don't know the statistics as well. Everyone knows the statistics on this and that, but they don't know the statistics when it comes to the divorce rate and when it comes to all these inactive bedrooms. If you want to go on inactive bedrooms, I'll go on dead bedrooms Reddit, right? I think I can do that on the YouTube, definitely, right? But as I say, guys, you want to see the uncensored truth, you have to go on the Patreon. It's in the description. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all of you guys, right? And yeah, man, I want you guys to travel, right? I haven't been pushing that much, you know what I'm saying, too much on the channel. But the reason why I say we should travel is because you can go and see different places. And like, I've been to a few, you know what I'm saying, a few countries, and you get to see the different cultures, enjoy the different foods, and really get a different perspective in life, man. If you really want to go to like a fresh new place, then you may want to go to, you could potentially go to Africa, right? Because you'll see some people who have nothing. If you really want to see people who are in complete, you know what I'm saying, poverty. And they're everywhere, by the way, even in the rich places, right? So travel, man. Travel and enjoy your life, bro, because you only have a limited amount of time. As I say, on this channel, it's young men who watch my videos, right? I know the statistics, I've seen them, and I see you guys interacting. Join the Discord. I didn't stress that enough in the beginning. If you're still here, appreciate you. Join the Discord, go into the description. I need everyone into the Discord. It's free, right? You can make an account, and there's an active space for men, young men, old men, whatever have you, in the mgtow and the black pill space, because we don't have a space where we can actually just all communicate. So go down there and join the Discord, and I appreciate all of you. Stay safe, enjoy your weekend, and it's been progress. Get in that Discord. It's more important than the Patreon, and more important than donating. Donate if you wish, any amount is appreciated. As I said, it goes to the Vimo. But yeah, man, appreciate all you guys. Get to the Discord, stay safe. It's been progress, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe. Peace. And remember to turn on all notifications. See ya.